You see, like from the start, Darren, he works exactly in a straight line. If you look at his arm action and his leg movement also. And then he's very explosive because we focused a lot on explosive power as well during the winter program. Because he's got a very high knee lift. If you can just check his knee lift, and like his arm action and his knee lift, it's working perfectly in a straight line there.
Yeah.
And also like watch his head also. He keeps it low till about 40 meters, and then he comes up. The upper body is also very important at the last phase there.
Yeah, that's one thing we know. You're probably out of all the sprinters there, you're the one that is sort of looking down the longest out of all of them.
Yeah, well, I think that's also, we've tried to do that more for the 100 meters. That will help me for that last 40 meters on the 100.
All right, so the Commonwealth Games are on the way, and obviously a game heading for 2004. Are you confident that we can actually get some medals at the Commonwealth Games from you?
Yeah, well, if I get a medal, like I said, it would also be a bonus for me. I'm actually working for time, so I want to run a good time in the final.
All right, and Hansi, you confident?
Yeah, we have to work it hard for it. It's not easy, so.
Well, you're surprised you're now in Europe, so I'm sure you can do it again over there. Guys, thanks very much for joining us in studio this evening, and wish you all the best. We'll be keeping an eye on you, Morne. You've shot onto the scene this year, and we wish you strength, go from strength to strength.
Thanks, man.
Good luck. Morne Nagel and Hansi Kutsia, coach and athlete, joining us in studio here tonight on Vodacom Sports Talk. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be meeting one of our heroes who's just wrapped up his career. He's going to be rejoining us in studio tonight after he was with us last Monday, and we speak to another former hero, former great Springbok captain, and now a man that is involved behind the scenes and doing good work with the Chris Berger Petra Jackson Fund, but here for another purpose this evening as well. That's Morne du Plessis. All on the way. Don't go away.
This South African thinks he can make athletics history. He thinks he can run 100 meters in under 10 seconds, even if no white runner has ever done so before. He defeated all-star sprinters like Tim Montgomery to win this winter's indoor 60-meter series. No longer an unknown, Morne Nagel is a rising star of athletics.
I think it's every 100-meter sprinter's dream to run under 10 seconds, so it'll mean a lot to me if I could get it right. I'm trying my best, and I'm talking with the overseas sprinters to try and gain as much knowledge as I can about what it takes to do it. It's definitely one of my goals.
Morne stunned his competitors by winning 6 out of 7 indoor races to take that 60-meter title back in February. It's a distance that suits him perfectly, according to his coach.
The 60 meters is a very explosive event. You need lots of energy, and it's all about acceleration. Morne has lots of ability. He's explosive and very fast out of the starting blocks, which is a strong point, and I think he has lots of talent for development. And of course, he's still young.
At 24, Morne still has a lot to do if he's to compete with the likes of world record holder Maurice Green on the 100-meter circuit this summer. Even mentioning Nagel's name in the same sentence as the Kansas City Cannonball means that the Pretoria native has come a long way since he burst onto the scene with his shock defeat of Atto Bolden a year ago. Expectations are high in South Africa, especially when you consider that the last Springbok to make an impact in the 100 was Paul Nash back in the 1960s.
I think the pressure is too much at this stage, because he's still young and he still has to learn about the process and the hype. And I think the public and the media need to relax and give him time to develop. To break 10 seconds is not easy, and no white person has done it in the world. And now, all of a sudden, they expect Morne to do it just like that.
310, the Just Playing show with 7 channels breaking us off.
According to one of South Africa's premier sports pundits, DJ Darren Scott, Nagel's increasing notoriety means things are only going to get tougher.
With the pressure, I think where we're lacking is the mental fortitude to handle that pressure and be cocky enough to go out there and win when they need to win. It's no good having someone that can run a sub 10 10-second 100 meters, but he's going to get psyched out because Tim Montgomery's just had a, he's just had a better background and upbringing as far as being prepared mentally for the thing.
One of the criticisms of Morne is that he's too mild-mannered, lacking the extrovert, aggressive personality which seems to be de rigueur in the world of sprinting.
I don't think it's important. Every person has his own way of handling situations. So I don't think it's necessary to become another type of person to perform. You should stay as you were before you started doing well at athletics.
Nagel won a silver at the World Championships in Edmonton last year in the 4x100 metre relay and is the South African record holder over 200 metres. But he's reluctant to let his success go to his head. He still shares a modest flat with one of his teammates and has shown little sign of using his prize money on any extravagances. Most of his free time is dedicated to watching DVDs, sleeping and reading. Nagel usually does all his talking on the track. Recently he took on Tim Montgomery in South Africa. It was the perfect time and the perfect place for Nagel to make history. But a disappointing start led to a disappointing finish in 10.24 seconds, well below his 100-metre best of 10.15. A week later, they faced off again, and the American repeated his victory. South Africa's athletics supporters are amongst the most passionate around, and the fan reaction underlies the pressure Nagel is under.
I didn't really know what was going on. I saw there was a struggle, but I didn't know until I read about it the next day in the newspaper that they tried to rip his spikes off his feet.